First, you heard about exploding phones and then laptops. Now a Geneva man tells us his headlamp caught fire right after he used it. The Now's Jennifer Auh looked into whether there have been other cases involving these headlamps. Jennifer, what did you find?
Well, Lee, I found at least 2 other complaints filed in the last 6 months through the Consumer Product Safety Commission. However, those headlamps were from 2 different brands. So the common denominator in all of these cases, the products all used rechargeable lithium-ion batteries. Have you ever used a headlamp? They're typically worn when hiking, gardening, or doing other activities during the night or in dim lighting. This man from Geneva doesn't want his face on camera, but is sharing his story. He says he started using a headlamp just this year while caring for his horses at night.
I got it as a gift from this lady here, and it was around Christmas time, I believe she had bought it. So I've been wearing it pretty much every day since then.
He says it was working fine until last week.
Just took it off and I hung it outside the stall. It just exploded. So it'd been 20 seconds sooner, it would have been on me.
This man isn't the only one experiencing issues. Back in January, a woman reported to the Consumer Product Safety Commission that smoke filled her kitchen after her headlamp exploded. It was the same brand by Beirut. That same month, a man reported he was charging his waterproof bicycle headlamp when it suddenly exploded into a ball of flames. His headlamp was made by the brand Benran.
You make him aware that something like this is taking place.
Now, circling back to this man in Geneva, he says he wants to warn people about the potential dangers of these headlamps.
Hopefully this doesn't happen to somebody else, that's for sure. Because if I had had that on, honestly, I don't think I'd be here talking to you today.
All of these explosions involved rechargeable lithium-ion batteries overheating and then catching fire.
The part that's actually against your head.
Talk about a close call. I also talked to the spokesperson with the Consumer Product Safety Commission. She told me she could not comment specifically on these headlamps, but says these batteries are on her department's radar. Now, lithium-ion batteries pack a lot of energy in small packages, so you need to handle them with care. Do not drop the batteries or keep them in a hot car or warm places. Do not charge when you're away or sleeping. You're also encouraged to report any incidents to the Consumer Product Safety Commission. In the Tech Center, I'm Jennifer Auh reporting for The Now Cleveland.
U.S. and Mexican business leaders are scheduled to meet tomorrow in Washington with government leaders to discuss how to move forward with the renegotiation of NAFTA. The Now's John Kosick joins us now. And John, not everyone in Ohio wants to see NAFTA changed.
Yeah, Danita, in every election since it was passed in the early 90s, NAFTA has been kind of a third rail of sorts, blamed for the loss of thousands of manufacturing jobs in Northeast Ohio alone. President Trump ran on a platform of renegotiating the trade deal between the U.S., Mexico, and Canada. But not all in Ohio are in favor of that. Ohio farmers say NAFTA has been good for them because it opened avenues of trade with Mexico that previously had been closed. As a result, they are a major importer, Mexico is, of corn, soybeans, and grain. Senator Sherrod Brown, who supports the NAFTA redo, says the ag protections need to remain in place.
I very specifically said to the president, don't play off farmers against steel workers or machinists against pipe fitters. I mean, or small business against anybody else. I mean, there are ways of writing this to protect those exports for agriculture at the same time to make sure there's a level playing field for American manufacturing.
Ohio is the 10th largest corn producer in the country, fueled in large part because of those foreign exports. For the Now Cleveland, I'm John Kosick.
The president calls it ancient, broken, antiquated, and horrible. He's talking about the nation's air traffic control system, and today he signed a proposal to privatize it, which he says will directly benefit all of us when we fly. Right now, the Federal Aviation Administration oversees air traffic controllers. The president says it's taking too long for the FAA to upgrade its system.
We're proposing reduced wait times, increased route efficiency, and far fewer delays. Our plan will get you where you need to go more quickly, more reliably, more affordably, and yes, for the first time in a long time, on time.
The commercial airlines are on board with privatizing the air traffic control system, and so is the Air Traffic Controllers Union. But some Democrats and passenger advocates are worried it could create a monopoly for the airlines that could lead to new fees, and non-hub airports could have to pay more and get less service. Well, Mark Johnson,
now.
you're here now.
Sorry, I snuck
yes,
in.
you
Snuck
just
in a moment too soon.
You're just so excited to talk about the weather. You
am.
couldn't wait. You just couldn't wait.
You know, it's cooler out there.
Yes, it is.
Gonna need your sweaters tonight if you're staying out. And tomorrow, mid-60s.
Uh-oh.
That'll do it for highs. What happened to 88?
Yeah, is this spring or what?
Gone. Here we go. Radar now. Look at those.